Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Kennedy. My message number is UDE200110. I will present about the movie review entitled The Help. The Help is an adaptation of the 2011 drama film written and directed by Ted Taylor based on the novel The Help by Catherine Stockett 2009, which was released on 9 August 2011 in Beverly Hills and 10 August 2011 in United States. The 146-minute film was produced by Chris Columbus, Michael Bernathan, and Bruce Green in several publishing companies such as DreamWorks Pictures, Reliance Entertainment, and Participant Media. Actually more. The film is an international joint production of companies based in the United States, India, and the United Arab Emirates. The Help told the story of young white woman and aspiring journalist Iguna Skeeter-Pallin. The story focused on her white friend's relationship with two black mates, which is Minnie Jackson and Evelyn Clark, during the civil rights movement in 1963. Jackson, Mississippi. In effort to become a legitimate journalist and writer, Skeeter decided to write a book from the point of view of the mates, which is Help. The Help features an ensemble cast including Emma Stone, Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, Allison Janney, and many more. Actually, The Help spent $25 million to produce this film. After it was aired, The Help received a positive response in public, and they finally managed to raise $216 million. They have received 4 Academy Award nominations, including Best Pictures, Best Actress for Davis, and Best Supporting Actress for both Chastain and Spencer. This film also won the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a cast in a motion pictures. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Fatimah binti Abdul from section 2 UD 0086. Summary for the Help movie is: the time the early 1960s, the place Jackson, Mississippi, a general family which is catered to her friend and her family, who is just graduated from Ole Miss, and her returned home in part to take care of her seriously ill mother. Unlike her female friend and college, who used their own miss time solely to find a husband for Skeeter, who has never dated or had a boyfriend despite wanting romance. In her life, strive family for a career either as a serial journalist or editorialist. In Skeeter's social circle, the family servant called the Help as exclusive black. The female servant do the cooking and cleaning, but mostly responsibility is child rearing. The servant get passed down within family from generation to generation, so the child that they raise ultimately become the boss. 50 years old Evelyn Clark is one such servant who worked for Skeeter, easily influenced friend Elizabeth Lefort. Skeeter asked Evelyn to help her with her nearly accurate job answering a housekeeping advice column. However, incidents that happened around Skeeter and including her mother seemingly being less than forthright about what happened to their own now absent female servant, which is Constantine Jefferson, who raised Skeeter, and Skeeter really loved her like a mother, made Skeeter come to the decision to write about experience of black female servant in relation to their white boss. Elena Stein, a senior editor with Harper and Row in New York, approved the concept, but she knew that Skeeter getting the servant to talk, which Skeeter ultimately discovered is against the law in Mississippi, will be difficult if not impossible. Evelyn, the first and only servant who Skeeter asked, initially refused Skeeter's request. But incident around Evelyn ultimately get her and her best friend, which is Minnie Jackson, who has long worked for the Welter family and now work for the Welter Racer daughter, who is Haley Holbrook, to talk to Skeeter on the slide about their experience. One of those incidents involved Haley Home Help Sanitation Initiative, which would ban any black servant from using their white employees' washroom. Many experiences also include those with Celia Foot, a young uncultured woman new to the area who has never had servants, who is now married to Healy's old boyfriend, Johnny Foot, and who is shunned by Healy and her social circle for supposedly cheating with Johnny while he and she were still dating. Even if Harper and Row or any other firm published the book, Skeeter and by association any servant who helped her may have a continued road ahead in overcoming the resulting war, especially by Healy and her type. Soon, 11 other maids accept to be interviewed by Skeeter that also tell the truth about Constantine. When the book The Help is released, Jackson Heights society will never be the same anymore. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nadia. My matrix number is UDE200111. So I would like to explain about the analysis from the movie The Help. So when Eugenia, Skeeter's villain, returns to her hometown of Jackson, Mississippi, fresh from college with a diploma, and her mother dismisses as a pretty piece of paper, and so the movie The Help truly begins. For its scattered story that drives the pages, its age-old story of child now grown, still hoping to appease in unyielding parents. In this case, Charlotte Fallon, who is in Skeeter's eyes is pretty, but tight in short everything a Southern belle should be, while Skeeter is not. Skeeter's thin of herself as too tall, with whitish blonde hair that's too kinky, a nose flawed by having a slight bump along the top, and fair skin that's downright deadly when I'm serious. So although Skeeter enjoyed the monthly bridge game with childhood friends Healy Holbrook and Elizabeth Leafold, she runs afoul with Healy when she jokes about the former's mission to see that all the white residents of Jackson, Mississippi have separate bedrooms outside their homes for the black help. For as Healy believes, everyone knows that the blacks carry different kind of disease than we do. So Evelyn Clark, the maid waiting for the ladies as they play bridge, overhears Skeeter's flippant reply, "Maybe we ought to just put you out a bathroom outside, Healy." So that set of Skeeter and Healy battle was filled throughout the novel. Not only does Skeeter have to endure her mother's constant criticism, but also Healy attempts to run her life. Healy fires the first warning shot when she threatens to remove Skeeter as the editor of their junior newsletter for her untimely joke. For Healy is hell-bent on having her home's help sanitation initiative be placed into law. A somewhat dejected Skeeter tries to engage Evelyn in conversation once they are in Elizabeth Leafold's kitchen by themselves. Skeeter notes the radio station Evelyn listening to. Telling her preacher's sermons reminds her of the station of childhood man's maid Constantine ever listened to. Skeeter also tried to broach the subject of Healy's sanitation bill, and wonders aloud to a woman who lived her whole life under segregation, "Do you ever wish you could change things?" So, throughout her lame job giving out housekeeping tips for the local paper, Skeeter longed to be a writer. One day, after hearing Evelyn talk about her recently deceased son's idea to write his experience as a black worker, Skeeter is then encouraged when a New York editor liked her premise of writing a female domestic in Jackson, Mississippi. She enlists the help of Evelyn to gather up more maids so that she can write a manuscript about their experience as the help. Evelyn brings along a friend, the sassy Minnie Jackson. Minnie has a large number of jobs because of her sharp tongue, and yet big of cunning. From Evelyn, she lands a job with Miss Celia Foot, a woman who's an outcast in Healy society circle because she is a white trash. Minnie and Celia begins a wacky relationship, partly because Celia doesn't want her husband to know that she enlists a maid to help her around the house. As Skeeter's manuscript on the domestic takes shape, she also finds progress in her love life once Healy set her up on a blind date with a state senator's son, Stuart Whitworth, because by now Charlotte Fallon has been diagnosed with cancer. Skeeter retreats to a town when she was most comfortable under the care of loving maid Constantine. So while she peppers Evelyn with question over Constantine's rather abrupt departure, Evelyn silently mourns her son's untimely death. To compensate for her loss, Evelyn developed a strong loving bond with Miss Leafold's daughter, May Mobley. and her attempt to teach the child how to potty underscore the absurdity of having an outhouse strictly for the help. In one scene, May Mobley refused to use the toilet, insisting that Aibileen go first. So there are several relationships woven throughout the movie. First is Skeeter and her mother, Skeeter and Haley, Skeeter and the black maids. Skeeter and Stuart with words thought she dared not to tell Stuart what she's working on. He appears supportive of her quest of becoming a writer. Stuart even tells her that she's pretty. That is something Skeeter has waited all of her life to hear. The other relationships include Minnie and Miss Celia, Minnie and her abusive husband Leroy, and Minnie's friendship with Aibileen. Aibileen in turn developed a growing admiration for her close Skeeter, a close friendship with Minnie, a motherly affection for the love-starved daughter Fraser housewife Elizabeth Leaford, and a 2-year-old daughter May Mobley. So as the movie ends, Skeeter learns that part of her mother play in Constantine's decision to leave their employ, and once her book applied title Help is published, its thinly veiled description of actual residents causes a ripple effect, enveloping everyone who reads it. Minnie's husband is fired from his job because of her participation in crafting the book. She finally decides to leave him after he takes his anger out of one too many times. Skeeter's and Stuart's engagement is called off the very night he finally gave her a ring, and after she revealed the project of what she was doing. And Haley threatens not to only sue Skeeter's, but to enact revenge on all the maids whose story is published, include the book. In order to dull her bluster, Aibileen counters the special pie Minnie for Haley with. It seems Minnie, a woman well revered as the best cook by far all of local help, was able to prepare a pie which includes her own faces in the mix, and unfortunately, Haley ate 2 slices. So, while Skeeter's book become bestseller, enabling her to finally break free of still ailing mother for the strict social norm of her time, Aibileen is let go from Elizabeth Leaford household at Haley's insistence. Though her heart is heavy at leaving May Mobley, Aibileen is comforted by a new position as the unknown cleaning advice columnist, a position that Skeeters relinquished for a job in New York City. Aibileen, along with all other maids who contribute to the novel, have royalty payments to look forward to. So the amount is not enough to live on. Still, the movie ends on an oddly hopeful note, and as Aibileen lives with her head held high, convinced that she's not too old to start over. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Naamira binti Abdul Razak from UDE 2082. Today I will present about the opinion in this movie, The Helps. First is mood. There are many moods in this movie. They have sad, happiness, angry, and passion. For me, the sad scene when the Aibileen was fired, she have to leave the little children that she take care many years. This scene for me is very touching and show the love of Aibileen and caring. The second is happiness. The situation when in the church, everyone is celebrate Aibileen and for the Helps book. Then moreover, the scene when in the last movie, where all the people live in a happy family. This next is angry, where all the white person very racist with the black person until they want to share the toilet bowl because they think the black person had disease. The scene when Minnie was fired by Haley because she used the gas bedroom. The lastly is patient, the situation where all men do their work in very patient. Secondly is colors. In my opinion, the colors are very cheerful, very colorful. Their place, their house, and everything is good. Although the movie is established in 2011, but the color background now 2020 not to all audition for me, and very nice. And the colors selected are not too bright, so do not hurt our eyes. The color selected are more calm and fresh color. The third is camera technique. For me, it is also in good condition, also good. Some movie when we see we as a audience dizzy because of effect of camera technique, but in this movie no. The fourth is a character. All actor in this movie play very good in character. Had one part made me cry, so it's clearly show us the movie is very good and all actor play different character. There are many character in this movie. The last is customs all made wear the discipline in dress. They wear uniform every day, look very nice their custom. Beside that, the host also wear the very beautiful dress for me, and was quite polite to look. The meaning is not very permanent. For example, when in the event in the house, they wear a very nice dress. That's all for me. The lastly is conclusion. The conclusion of this the Help movie show us the story of African American men in the South Bureau their employees the employer. The main issue is about the racism between white and black persons. Firstly, Skeeter convinced Evelyn and Minnie to speak frankly with her and share with her about their story as a maid. In the beginning, they don't want to share with Skeeter, but after something happened, they share with Skeeter. Skeeter is a young white journalist to want to make a book about the racists. There are many positive value in this movie, and also have a negative value, but it give we us an awareness of that matter. We need to take care of everyone hurt without think about the rank. The overall in this movie is very interesting and give we as a audience the impact to who are watching. In addition, the present of actor who are very different and very in the character, so what they want to show we can feel it. This movie are also suitable to all levels because the content of this story is very suitable to all age. Beside that, in this movie also very interesting, very attractive. For me, the unique is have a vintage car, period hair dolls, Quan's custom, and ubiquitous Bigaratis. Lastly, this movie should watched by all communities, especially people who are disgusted skin color and race. That's all.